We are making bundles today. This order is going to a local grocery store. They do not require labels, so I'm not putting them in, which starts a debate for a lot of people because people feel that I am missing an opportunity for advertising. The way I see it right now, guys, is labels are an expense. They're about 15 cents each. They add up after a while. And number two, I hope this doesn't come off wrong, but I just don't need the business right now. You know, I am maxed out on sales versus supply. And even though I'm at the new wood yard, I still don't, when you're a sole proprietor, there's only so much you can do. So I make what I can make, and I'm good with it. You know, I know that I'm losing or leaving money on the table. But for right now, as I'm still growing as a sole proprietor, I think that day may come, but I'm doing what I can. And for today, we're making a bundle order for this grocery store, and it's going to be going out later today. I think one of the benefits of this account is the majority of the people that buy this wood are for the campgrounds. And campgrounds, they're not as finicky as the way the bundle looks, so I don't have to spend as much time on appearances. Some of the other accounts that I have that are just pure retail, like some of these convenience stores that do want labels, I'll spend more time making them perfectly square, keeping it even so that I'm not putting in too much. But in this case here, I get them close. I just put them on the truck, and I'll count them out to however many we're delivering. What I'm looking at right here, though, guys, is I am getting very low on my plastic, and it's going to run out here in a couple more bundles, and we'll have to put new in. I was reminded the moment I got my wrapper out that I am practically out of wrap, and I'm going to have to be changing that here shortly. It's funny though, you think that there's just a few more wraps on here, but then there winds up being like 4 or 5 more bundles worth of wrap. So we'll get this changed. And I think that has been discussed in a number of other videos that I've done on bundles, that there's a lot of thought that goes into the kind of wrap that you want to use for your bundles. Uh-oh, and we're out. So we're going to have to change this, and I will go into the garage and get another roll. But this is how it works. This is controlled by a spring, which creates tension. Because remember, guys, this is just not wrapping the wrap around here, it is stretching it. And when it stretches it, it squeezes the wood together, and it makes a nice tight bundle. And I had learned that there are some kind of wraps that just make it makes this such an unpleasant job because it's so loud. You want to wear hearing protection. So let me run in the garage. I will get another roll and we'll put this in. And here it is. This is what the new roll looks like. So this is 90 gauge cast stretch wrap. And what I had learned, guys, is that you do not want the other type of stretch wrap, which is blown stretch wrap. Man, is it loud. It hurts your ears when it's unraveling. So this is how it goes on. It has these beveled holders which ride on the tube, and then there's one on the front side, and then the washer with a keyway, and that goes on the stud. And then the spring, and then the big nut And then this creates the tension, which makes this harder to spin, which creates the stretch of this wrap. And you gotta keep chasing your tension, especially when you get started. The bigger rolls require less tension. When they get lower, you gotta tighten it down a little bit more to make it stretch. But this is how I do it. So I think I could probably tighten this up a little bit more. And here you can see how it stretches when you have a lot of tension on the tube. And that's what you're looking for, that stretch. And man, that really squeezes the wood together and it makes a real nice bundle. So bundles are their own thing, you know, and making bundles comes with an expense. The machine is an expense, the wrap, the wood, the labels if you use them, and then like handles. Some people like to put handles on them depending on the kind of market you're in. They make sense to use. I had looked into handles, and that is just one more step to add to the process of making these. And I think in the area where I'm at, I don't think that they make a lot of sense, so I don't put them in. But I do believe bundles make a lot of sense if you're looking at getting into a firewood business, simply because they increase the value of your product. And quite honestly, I don't think there's a lot of people out there that make them. And there's probably a lot of retail locations out there, grocery stores, bait shops, that don't sell them, and that probably they would if there were a reliable vendor out there. I think the biggest benefit though for bundles is you can make decent money by selling very little firewood. And that is the name of the game for me. I try to sell at a high margin and low volume. Especially if you're just getting started out. You may not have a lot of equipment. You may not have a lot of space. You may not have a lot of contacts on getting wood for your supply. So that would tell me to stay away from bulk wood, boiler wood, where you got to sell a lot of it to make money, and try to get into a value-added market. What I would call high-end residential, people that don't want a lot of wood, but they're willing to pay a lot more for quality stuff for a small quantity. And I think you can get into the bundle market pretty cheap, because you could just buy yourself a number of those onion bags and make your bundles in those. But I think that the time will come where you should get serious with this and get yourself a professional wrapper, because I just think it looks better, looks more professional. And if you do have others in your area making bundles, it's the thing that can separate you from the other guys. Especially when you make these with your label, man, they look great. I try to avoid logs like this. They just don't lay right in the bundle. So we'll throw that off to the side. But whatever you try to do, get it put together, make your process, and go. And the more you do it, the more you will refine your process, the improvements that you'll make. Be willing to change, figure out what's working and what's not. when I first got into this, I thought I would just make me a huge inventory of these bundles. I had even thought I would one day have a warehouse just filled with these bundles, but I learned right away that that doesn't work for me because I didn't have anywhere to put them, and it seems like the longer that these sit, the stretch wrap goes slack and then the bundle starts to look bad. You want to rewrap it again because it's not tight. And then around here we got these barn cats that, you know, they can ruin a bunch of these quick. It is a furnace out here, guys. It is. Oh my gosh, is it hot. We've had this weird weather that has come in. We had a really nice week last week. I got so much production done, and then all this heat has come in. And what I've done, I've moved my bundle station under the big shade tree, and we're doing this earlier in the morning just so I can get these knocked out without starting to see double. So, but that's the versatility of bundles. You know, you might have this set up in a garage. It could be air conditioned. You could live in a townhome. And I think that's one of the neat things about bundles. Minimal firewood, but very high profit. And, you know, it's quiet. It's not something that's going to tick off the neighbors if, you know, they don't want to hear a chainsaw or a log splitter running all day. I think this is a nice business model. It is. This is a holiday weekend, but it's kind of weird. I have worked on just about every holiday. I remember on 4th of July this summer, I delivered a full cord to a restaurant. And I remember when I used to have a real job, oh, if I had to work on a holiday, I'd have been the end of the world. But it's just different when you're self-employed, because especially as a sole proprietor, because you're all that there is. So it's got to get done, and it doesn't seem to matter, you know. It's hard to explain. Maybe some of you guys and gals experience the same thing. When you are working at an office or you go somewhere in the work, there's like this emptiness. It's hard to explain, but you know, you wish that you were back home, you know? You wish that you were with the people that you care about. And I've always said, why is it that we spend our lives leaving the ones that we love the most to go spend the day working with the people that we don't, you know? But it just seems like if I ever had that uneasiness in my life, it went away when I started doing this sole proprietor stuff. I guess my uneasiness, you know, goes from financial security of a salary to like life on a banana peel here. But you know, if I were offered what I used to do with even a raise, I would turn it down, guys. That extra money wasn't worth it. And I also think too, working this way, your lifestyle is a lot cheaper. I didn't need that extra car or the insurance or the gas money to drive 1 hour into work every day. I didn't need all those clothes. $50 to $100 a week for a lunch. All of that just went away. So living this way is a lot cheaper too. But you know, your anxieties never seem to go away. But at least my anxieties now aren't because of like that emptiness that I was feeling, you know, leaving my family and all. That's gone. Yeah, I still have my worries, but I wouldn't trade this at all. I got another email, and I wanted to just give a personal message to a subscriber. His name is Ryan. And Ryan, I am talking to you. Ryan from Alabama. You have been kicking around this idea of starting a firewood business. And I understand taking the plunge is challenging, it's scary, but I am giving you permission to get it going and get started. The best time to have started this firewood business was yesterday. The second best time is to start it right now. Get it started today. Just get it started. Quit the planning. You're never going to have the perfect plan. And that was the same way with me. I've had all of these great ideas for a business, but there was only one of them that I actually took the first step and you're looking at it right now, and look where it led me. So I'm not saying quit your job. I'm not saying, just take that leap of faith, but you have been around long enough to know that you can develop a plan and you can execute it, and just start it off, get it going, and then see where it takes you. Ryan, I want you to know that you got a friend up here in Ohio, bud. Get it going. And there's another one. I have a subscriber from the UK. His name is Terry, and he is having a birthday on September the 18th. And I'm not sure when this episode will be put up on YouTube, but I want to wish Terry a happy birthday from Joe here in Northeast Ohio. And I understand that Terry is a big fan of Ohio Woodburner and the podcast, The Woodhounds, on all of your streaming services. New episode every Wednesday at 5 a.m. I misjudged, so I had to go get a wheelbarrow full of wood to get me through these final bundles. But this is nice, when you look at how much wood we're using for this small order. When I think about how much money I'm making on this one order, I am pretty sure I'm making more than I used to make in an entire month when I first started. But that was also before I started taking this serious and going for it. I am nothing special with business. I don't know. I keep telling people I don't know what I'm doing, and I think I keep proving that in some ways. The only thing that I did that separates me from what I used to be was I did something. I got it started. And looking back upon it, I think that's the most difficult step, The one restaurant called me and asked if I can service them, and I said yes, and I wasn't able to. So I just didn't let it all fall apart. I put together a plan and I went for it. I went out and found every stick of firewood I could in my area for sale. I would bring it home and resplit it. I remember there were some days I even had it sitting in the garage with the fan blowing on it, trying to help it dry out, because this restaurant was very finicky about their wood. I felt I had an opportunity, and you know the old saying, when opportunity is knocking, open the door. Okay, so this is my last one, guys, of the big wood. This account likes kindling. So I forgot all about this. Over at my wood yard, I've been saving the kindling, those small pieces that come off the top of that perfect split. So why don't you come with me? We're going to run over to the wood yard. I'm going to get some of that kindling. We're going to make some bundles of it. And then I got to make this delivery. All right. So I'm going to ask my daughter Emily to come along. Let's go to the other wood yard and let's pick up that kindling. All right, guys, here we go. Yeah, I am Employee of the Month again. The benefit is the preferred parking spot. This is the kindling I've been saving for just this occasion. It comes off the perfect split. And oh, who do we have here? Emily, come on in. Welcome home.
Thank you.
Emily's back from college, everyone. The last you were seen you were selling t-shirts at our open house. Mm-hmm. And I see that you are wearing the Ohio Woodburner Employee of the Month t-shirt. You must have won it.
No, you made me buy it.
Emily, it's great to have you back. And it just means a lot that you are here at the new wood yard, because it's come so far so fast. And it just gives me this warm feeling deep inside, looking out over all of this, knowing that one day this will all be yours. All right, so let's get this kindling, and here you can hold this, and we're going to get this loaded into the truck. We're going to make our bundles, and we will get out of here. I want to thank everyone for watching today's episode. It really does mean a lot. I know I can speak for Emily when I say everyone have a great day. Great day.